This video is about zero knowledge refactoring. Now, to understand what zero knowledge refactoring is, and the name itself implies that you are trying to refactor something and you have no knowledge about it. Okay, so even if you don't know anything about what the code is trying to do, you can still refactor it, which is amazing. Okay, so let's look at how that's done. Okay, for this, I've used Gilded Rose Kata. Again, this is one of the katas that I talked about before, and this comes from Emily. Okay, you can check this out, linked below. And okay, if you look at this code, then it says Gilded Rose, and that does not give me a lot of information to know what this thing is really trying to do. But it looks like it's trying to update quality of something. I don't know what that something is yet. Okay, so if you don't know how to read the code, then just look at where the code starts. Okay, so we are just gonna see, oh, there's the main function right over here. So when you look at this main function, let me actually give me some space to work. If you look at this main function, just checking, yeah, it's recording. Yeah, it has a list of items. Okay, and then it's creating an instance of Gilded Rose, whatever that's for, and then it does some kind of a check with the days, and it's doing something with the arguments for the days. Don't know what that is, but I don't really care at this point. And it's doing some kind of a for loop in which it prints out the day and all of the name, selling, and quality for that day. And then let me just adjust the camera. Okay, and then it does update quality in every single loop. Okay, so let's refactor this. Okay, so if I look at this, the way I can refactor this is basically calculations of days given the arguments. Okay, so this is basically computing the days for the given argument. Okay, so let me call this, let me extract this into a function. We're going to call that function compute days given the args. Okay, and it will return to me the days, so I can just grab this and then return days from here. So okay, so now I don't need to do all of this over here. I'll just say compute days for the given args, and yeah, that's more easier to read. Let's move on. And this is basically what all of this is trying to do. It's trying to print all of the items for that day. So let's say void print items for the day. Okay, and then I will give it a day, and I need to give it a list of item. I think it's called items, and I can just grab all of this. Okay, and then I can plug it over here. That I is gonna be a day now, so which is better. And over here I should do print items for day, and the day over here would be, oops, I. Okay, so that's a bit better. Okay, so over here the main code would probably be the update quality function. So if I look at that, then I see a massive update quality function that's doing a lot of things. Yeah, it's like 51 lines long, and I am not sure what it's doing right now. But when I look at it, I see that there's a for loop, and it's iterating over the items, and then it's trying to probably update the quality for the item in question. Okay, so whenever you are pointed out into code like this, what you should first do is, okay, you look at what's going on over here. I see that there's a lot of nested ifs going on. If you don't know anything about the code and you see if statements like this, you go to the most deeply nested if statement and try to figure out what that's trying to do and refactor from there. Okay, so let me show you how that's done. Let me just, yeah, it's recording. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, so I see this if statement. So this is the first if I'm gonna look at. This is the most deeply nested if statement. So it's checking if the item name is sulfurous. Okay, whatever you like to spell that. So it's checking for that. So yeah, what I can do over here is, I mean, this condition is really long, and it's not immediately obvious what it's trying to do. So let me extract that into a function. Okay, I'll just say is sulfurous, and items at whatever index you own dot name. I should check it to be this. Okay, so that's what and this is doing the opposite, so I can do not is sulfurous. Okay, that's a little bit better, because now I can just see that it's checking it if something is not sulfurous. So yeah, that's better. And okay, over here, whenever you see something like this, right, you can actually refactor it to something like this. Okay, so essentially this line of code will do the same thing as this line of code down below. Okay, it's just trying to decrease one from the quality. Okay, so that's better now. And this thing over here, it checks if the item's quality is greater than 0. So yeah, we can extract that. We'll just call it bool. I think we should call it has quality, because it's checking if quality is greater than 0. So yeah, has quality is a good name. So if you have quality, then you should do this. So that's a bit better. Now if you look at this if statement, the condition over here is very long. It spans like 2 lines, and it's not immediately obvious what it's trying to do. So when you are ever faced with a if statement with a long condition, you just try to break it down. Okay, so let me break it down over here. The first condition over here checks if something is not aged brie. Okay, so the item's name is not aged brie. Okay, so let me extract that into a variable is aged brie. And that would be items at whatever index you own dot name is aged brie. Okay, so I can then convert this. Oops. And I should call it not aged brie. Okay, so over here I've not done a lot of refactoring. I should have probably checked what the code was doing before I did all of the refactoring. So let me actually do that. So I'm going to control Z my way all the way to when we had not changed anything in the code. Okay, so let me do that. And yeah, okay, so this was the original code. Let's try to run that code. Kata /2 underscore gilded rows dot. Yeah, whatever that means. Do I not have that file? I should have that file. Where am I? Dot katas 2 gilded rows. Okay, it runs now. So yeah, it's basically trying to print out the name of the items, the sell-in and the quality for each day. Yeah, whatever. So let me control command y my way. Hey, why is that not working?